I know it's been a hot minute, right? It has been a while, and I am so sorry. But, it's hard sometimes. I've been traveling and cruising and all the fun things that I get to do. And I am so sorry because I have definitely missed you. So happy Tuesday. We're back again. And I'm live. I'm not recorded. I'm not anything. It's just me and you. And some of you are watching on Facebook and some are on YouTube. And I'm trying to push things over to YouTube a little bit more because, Facebook doesn't always agree with things and they keep trying to tell me I can't do this and I should do this. And, I'm not that techie and it gets frustrating sometimes. So, welcome. Some of you are watching on rewatch, and thank you for coming back to watch. I have some new viewers, and I'm so excited. I was so very blessed to teach for 2 weeks on Sew and Sale 17 and 18 with some amazing people. So on 17, we had instructors on long arms and sergers and quilting and embroidery and scan and cut and vinyl. So it was so much fun. So I have some new people from there. On Sew and Sale 18, we did embroidery and I did a pop-up class. So I have had, a whirlwind. And then the week before that, for those 2 cruises, I was teaching in Texas. I was in Houston and Fort Worth and Dallas and Austin. And oh my, for those of you that live in Texas, huge shout out. How you put up with that heat is amazing to me because, Caroline, it was hot. I did get to go to the stockyards. I'd never been there, so that was a cool experience. I did fall in love with a new designer, Double D Designs. And when I win the lottery, I will buy one of everything that those 3 sisters put out. Amazing stuff. Earlier today, I was on Sewing Machine Plus, and I showed them, they got to meet Stephanie. Y'all all know me. So they got to meet me some of them for the first time. And I tried to let them see, what I love doing. I haven't even changed shirts from doing that earlier today. I did eat a bowl of Captain Crunch at about 4:50 today. So that's been the kind of day that it's been. But I had talked quite a bit about sublimation on the cruise. I did some of it today, and people were just kind of, amazed by some of it, I believe. And we all know, so I just grabbed a tumbler. This is just a coffee mug. This was on clearance at Hobby Lobby for $1.99. And this is a sublimation coffee mug because I talk about that all the time. And behind me, I have one in a coffee mug that I have not done anything. I have a coffee mug behind me and I've not subbed anything on it. And I have stuff stuck in here. So those are mugs, a hard good that you can sublimate on. So we've seen luggage tags. You've seen me pull stuff out of my mystical closet that's in front of me that kind of shows some different things hard good wise, or soft goods as far as, pillowcases and puzzles and name tags and sunglass cases, eye wipes. So a lot of those things that I'm talking about are sublimation. And so Karen was on the cruise with us. So welcome and glad to see you joining. And Teresa, I missed you. I love hearing from you. You always make me feel so great about myself. So thank you so much for always supporting. And so if you'd love to do a cruise, you can go to 2 different places, and I can type that in the comments when I get finished. Sew and Sale is one group of cruises, and I will be on January 31st sailing. Designs by Juju will be on that one. And so that she and I will be there sailing the seas. And then we have the Crafty Cruise, and there are 4 different sailings in January. And this is something unique that we have not done. It's a 3-day, 4-day, 3-day, 4-day. So if you're kind of new to cruising and not sure you will like it, a 3-day will be a great way to kind of get your feet wet and to see if you like it. Or you could do 2 legs and do 3 and a 4. You could do 3 days, 3 legs and do 3, 4, 3. Or you could do all 4 legs, 3, 4, 3, 4. That's a lot. And we have a lot about, doing all 4 legs of it. So that would be 14 days of crafting with myself. But Mr. Crafty Pants, once again, will be joining. And if you don't know him, you should. He's phenomenal. And we're going to have a great time, and we're going to craft every single day. So usually on cruises, we kind of get off and enjoy the boat during the day at port. And we might do a little pop-up class or have a little gathering. And then we teach all day on sea days. Well, when you do a 3-day cruise, there's not a sea day. You're sailing out, you're at an island, you're somewhere, and you're coming back. So we will have classes every day. If you don't want to come, you don't have to. Go enjoy the island. And Ron, I am so glad that you had watched. It's been a while since I've seen your name, so glad to see you here. I'm going to take a breath. Ron just brought me a cup of coffee. Not that Ron, but a different Ron. And you can tell my hair is a little lighter from being out in the sun. I did get a little bit of a tan, but we worked hard. And that's the part that nobody talks about, that they say, oh, you went on a cruise. And yes, I am so lucky that I went on a cruise. But 41 embroidery machines, 10 sergers, 1 long arm, and 4 scanning cuts had to be set up. So the crew worked very, very hard. And everybody really pitches in. We do such an amazing job. And it's almost like clockwork. One person unboxes, one person takes the machine out. I volunteered, and I was like, I'll change needles because that's something that I can stay out of the way while they're doing some electrical. 41 needles pretty quickly, and bobbins, and they have to be changed every day after you've stitched on them. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of needles. And Karen, you can comment and say, that you enjoyed and what you thought about it, because it's a lot of fun. It's such a beautiful way. Sometimes you get to, bring your spouse. They can enjoy hanging out at the pool, going to the casino, watching a show, some of those things during the day while you craft, but then you still get to have time and vacation together. Or you can be like me and my girlfriends. A lot of times we go to, just to get away and to enjoy. Ron has thoroughly enjoyed this because he's gone on lots of cruises with me. And Kristen, good to see you here. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, sublimation in some other ways. But first I want to show you, if y'all didn't catch the class that I did for Michael's, the more I look at this book, the more I love it. And I did several different things. But this is HTV. I hope this year is a page turner. I absolutely love HTV. And they make books that you can sublimate on also. So I can't wait to see, I just love those books. And it was sitting here and I just had to pick it up because it was making me smile looking at, I hope this year is a page turner, because guess what? We are halfway through the year. Halfway already. Mind blowing, because it just feels like we just had January and now we're in June, and then Christmas in July starts. And some of you know I do a retreat every year in July. So I've got to get started on that. I will be going to do an event in Wellington, Kansas. That's July 24th, 25th, and 26th. So I'll be there doing a lecture and trunk show on Thursday evening. And then on Friday and Saturday, I'm going to be doing all things embroidery and vinyl and scan and cut and silhouette. Oh my. So I'm looking forward to that. That is at Beehive Quilting. So if you're interested in that, you can go over to their website. And Karen saying, it was fun. She got to meet people that she had only chatted with. And she got to, the best part was meeting Amy and Julie. And the best part was seeing me. So some of you may know Julie. also known as Designs by Juju. And some of you may know Reen from Embroidery Garden and Amy from Amy Sews or Amy Bachman. She has a store outside of Pittsburgh in Harmony. So these are three ladies that are icons in the industry. So to be with them at any level was phenomenal. So I got tickled because I would hear people in the background going, "Who's Stephanie? Who's Stephanie?" And I'd be like, "That's me." So I'm glad that I made some new friends, and I'm glad that people kind of got to meet me. And just like I said, I got to rub elbows with some of the industry greatest people. And, you're cruising. You can't help but have a good time. And you're embroidering and crafting. So let's get down to, let's sublimate. So I have a piece right here, and this is rainbow white glitter. So I talked about this earlier today. So some of you that have watched, I apologize. I'm going to repeat a little bit, but I wanted to show that how you can do this. And yes, Cortez he was at DAX, and he's done Printed United with us. And typically there's like 2 or 3 shows, but yes, Ron, he has. And usually we will announce that on our Facebook page where Cortez is, or where Patrick, Ali, or myself, or where any of the team members are. We always will post that. And it is so good to see you. I missed you on the cruise also. So I have taken that carrier sheet off. So why can we sublimate on this? Because this glitter is a high polyester content. But also I have a piece of lace. So I talked about this on the cruise, and I've talked about it, but I thought I would show. So right now I have a nonstick carrier sheet that I'm going to lay the glitter on top of. Let me cut this just a smidge so that it fits. I wasn't paying attention, and I just really want a small piece for this project because I'm going to use this to embroider later. So I'm just cutting that because I just need a little piece for the moment, and I'm going to cut my, whatever this is called, lace. I have been going strong. I said all I've had to eat at 4:50 was some Captain Crunch. But today is Tuesday, so I am going to do Taco Tuesday tonight. And I'll change my heat press so that you can see what I'm doing. But this is what it's going to look like. I have nonstick, I have glitter, and I have lace. And I have printed out some designs. I'm going to use the green argyle because I love this. Green argyle is going on top of all of that. And then I'm going to grab behind me, move my chair, a piece of paper to cover that all up with. But I'm going to change my view so you can see what my heat press looks like. I say I am. There. Let's move that over just a smidge. You can see my coffee cup in the background from earlier. You can tell I walk around and sit stuff down like crazy. So to walk through again, I have nonstick, a piece of glitter, HTV, a piece of lace over that. Straighten that up just a smidge. And then my printed sublimation, and then a piece of paper. And then I'm going to press. I'm at 400 degrees, and I'm going to press for 52 seconds. Now that I've said that, I will not make you stare at my heat press for the whole time. I'll come back in that way. Let's see. I say it's been one of those days with pushing buttons this afternoon. So that way you don't have to stare at the heat press. You can stare at me and all of those things. And everybody can see the magic. So Kristen, since you love sewing, this is a way to really create your own custom colors for lace. I love embroidering with lace. I love that it gives it kind of a girliness, kind of a feminine. I'll say that. Or I love doing stuff on denim jackets. Sometimes I can't find the color that I want. This is a way that I can create my own. So I'm going to pull the cover paper off. And this is why you cover it. See all that excess ink? That was from earlier when I pressed something. That way it helps absorb that. So Karen, for a lot of things that you buy, it will tell you directions. So like this coffee mug that I had in my hand, it says temperature 362, 300 seconds, pressure medium. For those of us that's had, we've done HTV, we do 10 to 15 seconds. So 300 seconds, you feel like you're going to burn the house down, but you're not. So for glitter, for lace, for those types of things, I set my press at 395 for about 60 seconds. And today I was just touching the buttons to get it. So right now, this is what my little sandwich looks like. So I'm going to pull this off. And I chose that green so it'll really, really show up. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Kristen, are you ready for this? I'm going to pull the glitter off. And then I'm going to find something to kind of put that on. So you can see, and I'll move, but you can see how that changes the color, right? And then I can embroider with it. But remember I put it on top of that glitter? Look what it does. It makes that lace design inside of it. So that way I have two different things I can use. I can use this. That looks funny on top of that dog, but yeah, you can use this and you can use this. Both of those are ways to use one. You saw me, I just used one piece and pressed it. So now I have a lace that's a color and I have glitter. And you could do this with other things. I do it a lot of times with fleece also. But isn't that cool how it gives that texture? It shows that lace pattern inside of it. So I just thought that would be a cool thing to show you. I didn't show them that earlier today. So that way you get to see something that's a little bit different. But wait, there's more. So you know that I always talk, I love Dime software. I can't help it. It's user-friendly. It's, it's affordable. And some of you are like, no, it's expensive. And it is a little. But when you look at other softwares, if you look at Hatch and Wilcoms and some of the others on the market, it's not. And I love that if I just want one component, that's all I have to buy. I don't have to buy everything. So one of their components is freestanding lace. And so here is, since I'm really on a beachy theme, because I'm now starting to work on projects for January cruise since I just got off a cruise. But look at my little seahorses. So these are what? Freestanding lace. So what is freestanding lace made out of, ladies and gentlemen that's watching, because I see Ron's name? Polyester thread. So I just stitched this with polyester thread, and it's 100% poly. What's going to happen when I sublimate on it, do you think? It's going to take the color of my sublimation. So for this, you can see I just printed some little small sizes that's going to fit over that seahorse. Are y'all not amazed by this? Because I love it. I absolutely love it. So I have, again, I'm going to put down that nonstick. I'm going to put down seahorse number 1 and seahorse number 2. And I'm going to cover them and cover them. So this is a ombre. I get confused which I'm looking at. There's an ombre. And this is just a blue with some stripes kind of going through it. I just picked something. And I'm going to cover those up. And again, I'm going to get a piece of paper and cover it. But I want you to see what it looks like on the heat press here. So that way I'm letting you follow along with me down the rabbit hole. So you can see, let me move this over just a little. I have nonstick, and I have covered that seahorse with that one and nonstick. And here's the ombre. I have covered him, and then I'm covering both of those with a piece of paper. And then I'm closing, and I have 55 seconds, and we're going to watch, and it's going to press, and you're going to be amazed, and you're going to go, ooh, ah, and clap up and down because you're going to be so excited. Well, maybe you're not going to clap up and down, but I absolutely love it. And so, PJ, it's so good to see you on here. So PJ is the ringleader of everything on Sew and Sale. She is the most organized. When I was talking earlier about machines coming in, she's in there, and I just ask her, and she points me to some tasks that I can't mess up. But she's the genius. And yes, Kristen, make sure we like the video. But I need you, all of you. I need my, YouTube. I'm trying. So we've got to get that built up. I have a lot of, friends that have huge followings, and I need to get mine going. And I need to make sure that Facebook doesn't, go away, because they're deleting videos. They only are allowed to stay now for 30 days. So that's why I'm really pushing stuff, because I hate my content getting deleted. So again, there's that piece of paper. You can see where some of that ink came off. That is why we have that. And I am going to pull pieces of paper off. And remember, I said it's 400 degrees. It's a little hot. So this is what it looks like right this moment. And I could flip it over and do this side also. Are you ready? I need to know, are you ready? How many thread changes would that be? Ladies and gentlemen, that is a lot of thread changes. So let me see if I can. And then here is the tealish one and how it has white and ombre through it. Let me change cameras so that maybe you can see that without me putting it up to that camera. Earlier today, I had a problem with this camera, so I've been a little bit nervous with it. No, it did fine. Perfectly fine. Isn't that awesome? How many thread changes would that take? That is spectacular. I absolutely love it. And I love that I get to share what I love doing with you. I tell y'all, I miss y'all when I am traveling, even though I love traveling. I miss my lives because I love getting to interact with you. And I like getting to show off what I do and what I'm inspired by others. And I'm lucky that I have some really creative friends, and we powwow. And y'all don't believe it, but sometimes I don't know what I'm doing to my life until, 6, and I'm struggling. And tonight I was on a conference call, and at 6:23, I was like, I have to get off the phone. I have a live. And that really meant I need to go to the bathroom. I need to see if Ron's got my coffee, and I need to get in here in front of a camera. So all of those things. So again, yes, Karen, these would look gorgeous on a jacket. So just imagine you can do something huge and you can stitch and create. I love doing earrings and making sublimation earrings with it, because then you can really color coordinate. You can match it to outfits. these would be cute. Look, cute, cute, cute. But again, this is from Dime's lace software. So it was a way just, you can make your own. And they have, pre-built, and then you can get creative and make things. I just love being able to stitch with my embroidery machine that I already have, and I already have white thread, and I have a sublimation printer, to mix those together and to create, so that now when Kristen goes to make something, she now has her own custom lace because she's created it. And different patterns, different weaves are obviously going to look a lot different. This one is a very open one, so it looks different than a very closed one. But I enjoy always sublimating on lace, and I really do like making that two-step process, because then I can use this and an applique as another way. And I like having all those components to put them together. So I appreciate when y'all are here and y'all hang out with me and you share the videos and you like the videos and you subscribe to all the different things. I am trying to get better at Instagram. We all know I work a full-time job. And so some of these other things on the side, sometimes it's a little bit hard to do it all, but I am glad that I get to share with you. So everybody, I hope that y'all have a great night. If you're watching on replay, if you have a question, type it in. I'll always come back and answer that question. And I hope some of you sign up for a cruise so that we can hang out together. So have a great night. And next week, I just might have a guest with me. So be watching for that announcement, because it's going to be some fun. So everybody have a great night, and I'll see you very soon. Bye, gang.